What a fucking day, guys. This was my best day ever. My previous record, I believe, was $1,300 win in a day. I mean, I've obviously had bigger ones, full porting news, being an idiot back when I was a little bit newer. I don't really do that anymore. But today was my biggest, actual day trading, just taking normal trades. And I fucking killed it today, man. 2 trades, $1,550 on both accounts. I actually made a little bit more on the Lucid. Yeah, man. I'm super pumped. This account is sitting about 1,500 or give or take $1,500 in profit, 1,430, and this account's $1,000 in profit. I did have this extra win on Lucid before I got this Top Step account, but we are looking damn good right now. As you can see, I only took this trade and then these 3 all closed at the same time, which shows you guys I added these 2, and this was the long I took this morning, and then this one was a position I added to that long. So 2 trades total. I just took this gold trade that was a very, very unfortunate break even. I got in basically right here, and I was just targeting. There was like a set of 15-minute relative equal session highs right here. I still think this is going to hit, but I locked myself out because I don't need to do something stupid. There's a good chance this still hits, but we did get a pretty big dump down. I was pretty fat in profit, came very close to TP, but we did trade into an hourly gap, so I was break even pretty early. And actually I got in a little bit later. I got in about here, and this candle just took me out. So, is what it is on that one, but I'll go over that more in depth tomorrow. But today's trades, we did have jolts at 7. That really did fuck all. But a lot of people got fried today, man, and I don't really understand why. It was very obvious where we wanted to go. We had that 4-hour gap there, and this 4-hour gap we were respecting, and this 4-hour gap, which is very small down here. I do understand why people took shorts here, but in my opinion, the higher time frame was very, very bullish. We had inversed all this 1-hour gap. We inversed all of it coming into market open, and this 4-hour gap we were right about to inverse. I mean, this candle did inverse it, and we opened market like right around here. So for anyone to say we didn't want to be bullish and we had this data high that we barely failed to take out the other day, New York AM high, and a big 4-hour gap that needed to be filled with also a bunch of stacked highs above with more unmitigated gaps, you guys gotta look at the higher time frames for these kind of trades, because you will get fried if you're looking at the lower time frames. People were justifying shorts here because we had this London low, and then we had kind of this relative equal low here and this relative equal low here. Well, this one basically was an equal low, and that was within 15-minute gap and a 4-hour gap. So I do agree it was a good draw, but we were very, very bullish, and coming into market open, which was right around here, we had already taken out this Asia high, and this is right where market opens here. We had just taken out that Asia high. We're trading within this 4-hour gap, and I didn't need to see much on this trade. All I really wanted was these data highs to hit, and all I needed to really see was that we were super bullish. We did disrespect this 15, but we were still respecting this one. right? We didn't close below this, so I'm not worried. We had inverse this big 15-minute gap here, right? Coming right into market open. We are trading above that. I mean, this is market open here, and then we blast up. So everything in my eyes is bullish, and I was only really willing to take a long. I'm not going to take a short with the data highs there that we barely failed to take out the other day. And I just waited. I really just waited on this one, and that's all you had to do. I saw about 1,000,001 people. Right here, we had this high. We come up, we take it out, and then we get a 1-minute inversion down, and I saw everyone jump in right here as soon as we get this inversion, and obviously target down to here. Do I think this was a bad trade? No. Do I think it was a rush trade? Yes. We had just inversed all of this to the upside. We're still respecting bullish structure. At least bare minimum, you could have waited till we came down and got some sort of little bit of a higher time frame inversion. Like we did inverse the 3-minute, but like I said, if you were to just wait until we inverse this 15-minute here, like I understand the candle closed very close right here, but if you really wanted shorts, you should have waited till we came up, swept these, and then taken shorts. Right at market open here, I don't know. I didn't like it. That 1-minute IFVG was not enough for me, and I'm glad I waited till we got a little 30-second inversion, which was right about I'm not seeing where I entered. Right here is where I got him. We got this respect of this 30-minute gap, and then we got this 30-minute inversion here. I believe. Oh, sorry. I'm looking at the gold trade. My bad. My apologies. I entered this one at 646. So right here. And there was some sort of inversion, I believe, on the 30-second. I don't know if I'm going to be able to scroll around and find this for you guys. 30 seconds kind of a fucking mess. Sorry, guys. Just give me a second. Yeah, right here. Okay, you guys can see this big-ass 30-second candle. And we're just kind of chopping around. And I entered off this 30-second inversion, which on the 1-minute was right here, and it's not much to go off of, but like I said, I was very confident we were this close to these data highs that we were going to come up and grab them, and the higher time frames were all bullish. This one closed out pretty damn fast right there, and my stops were basically right here, right below this 30-minute gap. So they're actually a little bit higher, right about there. So this was almost a 1-to-3 RR, and this trade netted me $550, all based off being able to read the higher time frames, guys. And even if the higher time frames are proven wrong, don't take the first 1-minute inversion you see when we're clearly trending bullish. Like, we didn't even break structure here. We didn't get change of state of delivery. Nothing. It's just 1-minute inversion. That is complete pattern trade. You cannot be taking that. Sure, if this moves down here and then we get a 1-minute IFVG, take it. 100%. You can kind of ignore all this and you can still justify it. But taking it right off the rip like that, especially right at market open, you're going to get fried every time. And trust me, I'm telling you that from experience. But yeah, that was my morning trade. So that was $550. But coming into this session, I was already up $1,000. And that was from gold. Gold was absolutely cooking. And basically, I took this trade very late. It wasn't even an Asia session trade. I mean, it kind of was, but I took this trade at almost 7 o'clock. Asia opens at 5 my time. And as you can see, we come up and we sweep this session high, which is also an hourly high. And we sweep this session high. And on the sell side, we obviously have this big 15-minute gap here to target. And we have this one down here, right? Which was also a 1 hour gap, I believe. Yeah, we also had this 1 hour gap right here, which we created to target. And we were due for a retrace. We'd been pumping all day. And we come up and we sweep all those highs, like I said. We get a beautiful, beautiful inversion of this 1 minute. Barely closed below it. And we come up, tap back into it, tap back into this gap here. And this is where I entered the trade right here. I did get it in a little bit earlier than I would have liked. I did enter off this first inversion, but I think the better entry obviously would have been up here when we get the little bit of a retest, but I got kind of a shitty entry right there, but still barely any drawdown. My stops just above that gap, and I did not risk heavy on this, guys. I only went in 2 micros, and I caught 47 points or something like that, I think, which is just fucking insane for gold. But this trade did take quite a while to play out. I ended up hitting TP all the way here on this candle. And basically, you can see, I was just targeting the midpoint of this fair value gap. You can see right in the middle, and that shit smacked. I could have caught even more, but this was already over a 1 to 3 RR trade, and I caught $1,000 on this trade, trading 2 micros. Yes, I did add a position, I believe one here and then one here on these little pullbacks. So it ended up being a 4 micro trade all in, but I was break even the whole time. As soon as we came down here, I was break even. Even when I added positions, I was break even. So there was no risk on the table for me. And I was 100% confident we were going to 100%, not 100% fill this gap, but we are definitely going to wick into it because gold was trending up all day, right? And we needed a bit of a retrace to cool off, and that's what we got. So again, guys, reading the higher time frames, this one was a little bit more according to my plan. We did have the 2 liquidity sweeps inversion and the whole shebang to go with it. You can also note this beautiful 3-minute inversion right here, and with a test of this 3-minute gap to go with it. Ideally, this candle would have closed below it, and then we would have came up and tested, but still entering right here is a great setup. So yeah, gold has been absolutely firing right now, and I'm probably going to be pissed off when I look at this. No, I'm not too mad. We did keep dumping, because I would have been pissed if I looked and it hit my TP up there, but we're not there, so it's okay. But the homeboy caught the trade on his eval. I'm teaching him right now, so I'm hoping he passes. He caught a pretty big trade off of this. He got out before me, though. I decided to have balls of steel, and they got crushed. But it worked out for me yesterday, and I do like when I'm trading gold to kind of just let shit run, because gold's very trendy. you can see just session wise, Asia is usually one way, right? Like, look at this, all the way down here, all the way up here. This one kind of went both ways, but all the way up here, all the way up here, all the way up here, it's gonna end up being. And even in New York, like all the way up, all the way down, all the way up, this kind of chops around, but then New York PM we absolutely dump. Gold is very good at just maintaining a trend through a session, and you kind of got to change your strategy up a little bit. You don't always have to be looking for the reversal on gold. I like to get in with the flow of things. I can possibly release a video on how I trade gold. I got to get a little bit more confident with it. I haven't been trading it that long recently. I started off on gold. That's why I do tend to win on it. I think my win rate on gold since I started trading, it's probably like 80 to 90%. I don't actually have statistics for that, but I have not lost a lot of trades. And if you consider break evens just out of the factor, my win rate has got to be like 80 to 90%. Just based off following trends and really looking at the higher time frames. It's very important on gold, right? Like, clearly we're bullish here. And it's just all where we want to go next. And if you have a wide enough stop loss, you can usually catch a banger on gold. So, yeah, I think that's going to wrap it up for today. I rambled on a little bit, but great fucking day. That's a new record. And you know what happens when I set a new record? It just means I got to go out and fucking smash it again. So things are turning around, guys. I told you guys last week things are going to start to look good once Q1 ends. Today is the last day of Q1, so volume should be a lot better tomorrow. Not that it's been bad, but we do have a shit ton of news tomorrow. So be careful. Look for those data highs, data lows. Friday, I don't really understand why it's showing this because Friday is closed. Friday is a holiday, and like futures is completely closed on Friday. Like, you can't trade at all from my understanding. I've never traded a Good Friday before. I'm not even a year into trading yet, so I'm not 100% sure, but from what I've read online, that the CME is completely closed on Friday, so we are not going to end up getting all this. I'm assuming this is going to get pushed to next week. Monday maybe. I don't really know, but we do have a fucking jam-packed week next week. So tomorrow, guys, be careful. There's going to be a lot of volume. It's the first day of Q2, and there's a shit ton of news. So watch out. President Trump does speak during Asia session as well. I don't know what exactly do to speak about the Iran conflict. So be careful if you're trading Asia tomorrow, because that is going to be a shit show. So yeah, I think that's going to wrap it up for today, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed. Sorry, it's been a little bit of a long one. I recorded this one late because I was trading Asia about 10 minutes ago. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed, leave a like, comment, subscribe as usual, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.